Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Gratitude and Gains, where we're going to get our bodies moving, get our blood pumping, set our gratitude and our goals so we can keep moving higher throughout the week. Super excited you're here with me this morning. If this is your first time on the show and your first time to Gratitude and Gains, I want you to just go ahead and put a 1 in the chat and let me know if this is your first time here. I'd love to welcome you, give you a shout out, let you know what we're all about, and also let me know where you're tuning in from, because we get people from all over the world, and that always excites me when I get to see the impact that this show's having. So let me know where you're tuning in from. If you have been here before, this is not your first rodeo, all right? You already know about this show and what we're all about. I want you to just go ahead and hit that like button and make sure to subscribe to the channel so we can get this thing out to more and more people. So thanks again for the support. Let's go ahead, let's rock, let's roll, let's go, and let's get into the show. So this morning, I am super excited and grateful for another beautiful day. I was writing in my prayer journal this morning, and one of the things that I wrote down is I am grateful for the woman that God has placed in my life. For some of you that have been following my journey, you'll know that I have been single for the last, 2.5 years, dating, going through the ups and downs of all of that. And I'm recently off the market, y'all. So it feels really good to be off the market and to find someone that is pretty awesome. Let's just put it that way. Pretty freaking awesome. So I'm grateful for the way relationships grow when we choose to do the work, when we choose to work on, ourselves. And that's what I've been doing, is working on myself. And God just seemed to place someone in my life that appreciates that. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this new relationship. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to learn today. Today, I've got that's actually a 3-day masterclass that I'm taking on how to use AI to clone, to create an AI clone of yourself for the marketplace. And so I'm excited about that, the ability to stretch myself and grow, and to really duplicate myself and the impact that I'm able to have in the marketplace. I'm excited about that, using AI, the chance to build something new that can really impact a lot of people. I'm grateful for that, right? I'd love to hear from you in the chat. What is one thing that you're grateful for, right? That's what this show's all about. I want to set the tone with gratitude before we get into the message of the day. I also wrote down that I'm deeply grateful for the desire that God has placed in me to build a future with purpose, a future with a family, right? With intention, and a future where there's room for what matters the most. And, I think it's important to really look at the things that really matter in life. And it's not always this hustle mentality, this go, 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 and this grind. Like, what's the reason behind it all? What's the purpose behind it all, right? And so for me, I'm deeply grateful for the awareness that God has placed in me to build something with purpose and something meaningful and something that has an impact. And so it was another thing I wrote down that I'm grateful for. What about you? What's something that you're grateful for? Let me know in the chat. Love to give you some shout outs. I've got Ruby Cass Cruz, probably saying that wrong. Good morning. You put you. I appreciate that. Let's see. We also got Joe 14K. Good morning. Good to see you in the Caribbean. All right. Love that. Greetings over there on LinkedIn. Usman, how are you, Mr. Usman? Good to see you. We've got Shani Michael 5764. Good morning. Good to see you. He said, what do you do in life? Well, I do financial services, investments, retirement, things like that. I also do career strategy, help people recover their income. So would love to support and help anybody that needs it. We've got Tom Lyman in the house. Marvelous Monday, my man, and the whole 50 grand. Good morning. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So guys, let me know what's one thing you're grateful for. I just shared like 10 things I'm grateful for. And there's just so much, when you're really looking for it, there's so much to be grateful for. And oftentimes we look at the, life, we look at the negative things. We constantly are looking at the negative. You got the news. And if you look at the news, what sells on the news? Positive stuff or negative stuff, right? The negative. Our brains are like wired that way to look at negativity. But I'm going to tell you, if you focus on positive things, if you focus on things to be grateful for and intentionally look for them, like it'll change your life. Absolutely. 100%. It will change your life. Okay. We got Shani Michael says, I also work in economics. I appreciate you. All right. I'm grateful for you. Thank you guys for showing up. I appreciate you so much. Make sure you go ahead and like the video, and if you feel so led, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But let me go into the message of the day. Let's rock, let's roll, let's go. So this morning, I was reading my daily devotional, and it opened up with this truth. It says, your needs and God's riches are a perfect fit. And so that kind of hit me hard. What does that mean? Because we so often we try to fill our needs with things, right? Things. We try to fill our needs with things like success, with money, with recognition. For me, that was a big one, being recognized. It was always about the trophy, winning the trophy. We try to fill it with relationships. We try to fill it with accomplishments. We try to just fill it with things, right? But today's reminder, it was pretty simple and powerful. It was God never designed us to be self-sufficient. Okay? Never designed us to be self-sufficient. He designed us to be God-dependent. Okay? He wanted us to depend on Him. Okay? Not to be able to, do it with accomplishments. Does that make sense? Right? If you guys are tracking with what I'm saying, put a 2 in the chat. All right? And I was reading John 4 this morning, and it was a perfect picture of this. Right? So Jesus meets a woman at the well, and she came looking for water. She was there looking for a thing, right? She was looking for water. But what she realized that she really needed was fulfillment that no well in the world could provide. Only Jesus could. And that's still true today. We live in a world where chasing external success while ignoring the internal need, right? We're always constantly looking for things on the outside instead of doing the work on the inside. There's an internal need for us for connection and depending on God. And we chase outside outcomes instead of connection, right? Performance instead of presence. Constantly looking for the accomplishments and the trophies and the success and the money and the house and the cars and all the things instead of true connection and presence. Titles instead of truth, right? But when we come to God with our neediness, with our needs, right, instead of our defenses, He'll meet you there, right? He'll meet you right there in that space and fill that need for you, that neediness, that wanting, that desire, right? That desire, it actually comes from God. He just wants it to be placed in Him. Instead, we go out looking to fulfill that need and that desire other way and in other places. So today, what I'm focusing on This is Career Week, okay? On this show, we talk about wealth, health, business, career, relationships, and faith. Those are kind of the verticals. It's the wheel of life. And so I like to focus on one of those topics every week. Today, we are in Career Week, okay? So I'm going to dive into some practical things we can talk about there. But before I go there, let me go to the audience real quick. And as you guys can tell, I forgot my water. So my voice is a little raspy this morning. Bear with me. But Tom says, I'm grateful for today and living in the moment, not for the past, not the past or the future. Yes, grateful for today. Grateful for today. And y'all need to connect with Tom as well. He's an amazing man of God. And he's got a testimony. And that guy is doing big things. I'm excited to see what is in his future. But I love that he's talking about living in the present, in the moment. But he's got a big future coming. I'm going to tell you that right now. Like, he's got a huge future coming. All right. Let's see. Sean Michael says, everything is positive for me. I love that. Amen, amen, amen. Let's see. It's all in the mind. That's where it all begins in the end. Let me pull this chat up so you guys can see this here. I appreciate that. Thank you for the comment. Let's see. We've got Nav. Nav, good morning. Good to see you. You said, where are you from? I'm from Dallas, Texas. Where are you from? We got India is in the house. Crush, good morning. Good to see you. Thank you for being here, guys. I appreciate you guys showing up and for being so positive in the comments this morning. You know, normally, for whatever reason, I hop on these YouTube lives, and sometimes there's some crazy comments that come in on here. You guys are being very positive this morning. I just want to let you know I'm grateful for you. Thank you for being here. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let's see, we got India's in the house. Grateful for you. But this morning, let me get into the topic of the week is career, all right? And today I begin a 3-day live masterclass that I'm taking personally, designed to help me launch and deploy my AI clone into the marketplace. Okay, so that's what I'm learning. That's part of my career journey right now. I'm excited about it, kind of nervous about it, right? It's going to stretch me over the next 3 days, but I'm growing, and that's exciting all in itself. And it's part of my career evolution, right? And how I can create more impact in the world. And so learning these new systems, stepping into new terrain, expanding what I know is possible, like just being able to see what this guy, Anik, is doing right now, the guy that's teaching this masterclass, just being able to see what's capable, like what you're capable of and what's possible using AI is pretty incredible. You know, it just like opens your eyes and you go, wow, you know, I can do this, 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 and this. And I'm like excited about it. So, and at the same time, I'm also being reminded that career growth without clarity just becomes noise. You know, I oftentimes get distracted by the new shiny thing. I do feel like this isn't one of those moments. It's not the new shiny thing. It's actually something that I feel like if I really put my head down, really focus on this thing, that it could absolutely change everything else. And so that's why I'm basically shutting down my practice for 3 days. Well, I'm not shutting down my practice, but I'm going to be absent from it, if that makes sense. I'm not going to be as involved in the day-to-day. I'm shutting down so I can really focus on this step because I know it's going to have an impact on the rest. It's going to really make a big splash. So I'm excited about it. But, you know, guys, career growth without clarity becomes noise. I've had plenty of times in my life where I've gotten distracted by the new shiny thing, right? Because ambition without alignment, it can get exhausting. If you're not aligned, you don't really kind of understand what you're doing. But this isn't one of those moments. This is one of those moments where I know what it's for. I know why I'm doing it. I know the purpose behind it. You know? So as I learn, as I build, and as I push forward, I'm also asking that God help me to create margin, space, create structure, and create freedom, right? Because right now, my goal is that I can create success for space and freedom for my future family. I mean, that's really what I'm preparing for, my future family. But I don't want to be chained. Like the whole purpose of this, me doing this, is to unchain. That's the purpose. Unchained so I can be present, be available for my future family, and create the space and the margin and the structure and the freedom ultimately to be able to spend time with them. So I'm preparing, guys. You know, I'm preparing for that. I'm not just building a career. I'm actually building a life, right? I'm looking, 10 steps ahead. I'm playing chess, not checkers, right? I'm looking to build a life that can actually sustain the career, right? So the lesson here, what's the lesson this morning as I'm kind of wrapping and landing this plane? The lesson is that you don't need more success to feel complete. What you need is deeper fulfillment. And that comes from a connection and relationship with God, right? A title cannot heal what only God can touch. Okay, remember that. Again, we're always in this life, we're trying to get the external circumstances. We're trying to look for the titles and the success and the trophies and all of that. But a title can't heal what only God can touch. Income cannot replace identity, right? Achievement cannot replace intimacy, okay? Faith is what grounds your careers. It's a grounding mechanism, okay? Faith grounds your career. It does not compete with it, okay? And when your foundation is right, your growth becomes sustainable, okay? You don't burn out. You got to have a solid foundation to build on, right? Like, think about that. Like, think if this was a house. In order to build this, like, huge mansion, you've got to work on that foundation first. Faith is your foundation, guys. Make faith your foundation. That way, when the storm comes, you're not being rocked around and the house doesn't fall down, because the storms are going to come. They always do. So what's your foundation built on? What's your anchor so you don't get lost at sea? You see what I'm saying? Just remember that. So my action step for you this morning, I want you to ask yourself this question, okay? What am I using my career to try to fill? Right? We're talking about career. So what is the gap? What are you trying to fulfill with your career? Right? For me, as I mentioned before, I'm looking to create freedom and to be able to provide for my future family. Like, it's not even for me. Like, there's a purpose behind it. What I'm building for, what I'm building towards. Like, what is it for you? What are you using your career to fill in your life? Then ask, what would happen if you brought that need directly to God instead? Like bring that need, whatever it is that you're trying to fill with your career, right? Maybe it's to feel appreciated. Maybe it's the achievement, the accomplishments, the awards, right? What if you brought that to God instead? Because one conversation with God can do what 100 professional wins never will. I'm going to tell you, I've had a lot of wins in my career. I've had a lot of trophies, a lot of first place, top producer awards, and all kinds of stuff. You know, customer satisfaction awards. And I've been celebrated on stages and all of that kind of stuff. I've had a lot of that, but it's like, it's not fulfilling long term. Yeah, you're going to get a dopamine high when they bring you up on stage and clap and celebrate you. It's fun, but you're always going to be chasing the next and the next and the next. It's not long-term fulfilling. But one conversation with God can do that for you, give you purpose and clarity. So I would ask you to bring that need to God and see what he can do with it. All right. So let me go to the chat, see what you guys are talking about. All right. So we got quite a few chats since I came back here. Let's see. We got India's in the house. Aussie is in the house. Good morning, MPJM. Good to see you. Let's see. We got Shawnee says, I came to you randomly. Appreciate you being here. Glad you found me anyways. Hopefully enjoying the content. Let's see. What AI is Skynet? I see your comment. Have you not seen the Terminator? Yeah, I feel you. We are headed in that direction. We are headed in that direction. And the thing about it, though, that I look for is it's like we are in this window. And I see your comment, and I trust me, I relate to that. I'm always telling people, like, AI can be scary. But you're either gonna, like right now, there's no way around it. Like you're either gonna get with it and be able to use it to make an impact, to make an income, to provide. You're gonna be able to like really leverage this thing before it's too late. Because I do feel like there's a small window of time because of how fast it's moving. This is my belief, is that we have a small window. And we better absolutely ride that wave before it crashes down on everyone else. Because it is going to. I feel like that. I feel like AI is going to take a lot of jobs. So my goal is to ride that wave up and make as much money as I can. And it's not a greed thing. To me, it's not about making money for greed. It's like I need to ride the wave, have an urgent excellence, and have this urgency to create the wealth, okay, so that I can sustain that wealth, be a good steward of that wealth while the world is going through a reset, because there's going to be a loss of jobs and income across all industries. That's my belief. AI is coming for everyone's jobs. Okay, and there's going to be this massive separation of income and wealth in the world. You're going to have the super wealthy and you're going to have the super poor. And like my job right now is like, I'm preparing for this. This is what I see. Like you're talking about Skynet, the Terminator, all that stuff. Look, it's not unreal. It's actually very real, very much a possibility. If you hear any of the AI experts talk about what the probability is that this whole thing crashes and burns, and I'm not here to scare anybody. I'm using this to hopefully wake some of y'all up to realize it's kind of like there's a tsunami coming. If you knew there was a tsunami coming and you knew the warnings, you got to hear the warnings in advance, what would you do? You would get to higher ground, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to speak is that I feel like there's a tsunami coming, and you guys better get to high ground as soon as you can. Okay. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get as much and accomplish as much as I can in this short window. We only have a short amount of time before that tsunami hits. It's my kind of opinion on it. You guys can agree, disagree. What are your thoughts in the chat? Let me know. How do you feel about AI? Is it Terminator? Is it going to take our jobs? Am I overreacting? Am I crazy? Tell me in the chat. All right. Let me see. We got some other comments coming in here. We have, let's see. Which is your favorite country, sir, except America? Great question. What is my favorite country? Well, one of the favorite places I have visited is Roatan, Honduras. It was beautiful. So I would say that's probably one of my favorite places to visit. Tom Lyman says, income cannot replace identity. So true. Absolutely. Appreciate you. Louisa says over there on LinkedIn, thank you for being here. We got some LinkedIn in the house finally. Good Lord. All the YouTube be showing up. LinkedIn is like, I'm too early. Y'all still asleep. LinkedIn in the house representing Louisa. Good morning. Good to see you. AI can be powerful when correctly and safely utilized. Yes. Yeah, it's an extremely powerful tool. My concern is that Pandora is out of the box and that we're moving at too fast. It's going too fast. That's my concern. And I'm concerned for our children. Like, I don't have children yet, but I plan on having children. And I have a concern for what their life looks like. It's going to replace all of our jobs. Like, all of it. Well, maybe not all of it, but probably like 90% of it. And when those physical robots are actually here and ready and capable and able to do physical work, when they're able to, do the roof on your house and do your plumbing and, just all the manual work too, not just the technical jobs, man, I feel like we're in trouble with that. All right, let's see. We have, are you a runner? Mohad says, are you a runner? I'm running. Absolutely. Let's see where I'm at right now. Where am I at? How many miles am I at the moment? We are at about 2 miles right now. Okay, 1.91, about 2 miles. So yeah, I'm a runner. And we got Freemason today. Good morning, good to see you. I see that comment. And I just want you to know, I don't take offense. I appreciate you and I love you. Appreciate you being here. I know sometimes in these chats from YouTube, we get some little bit crazy comments like that. And usually it's from a place of like I remember when I was a kid, I would try to disrupt the class. Like, I was looking for attention. That's why I did it. And I was constantly trying to shake things up in class. And so, look, I don't take offense. I see your comment there. And if I can do anything to help you, serve you, seriously, I mean that from the bottom of my heart. If I can help you in any kind of way, I'd love for you to just connect with me on either Facebook or Instagram. And we could have a conversation offline. And, if I can help you in your wealth, health, business, career, your relationships, your faith, whatever it is, whatever you need, again, because I see the comment, man, and just want you to know, I appreciate you anyway. I appreciate you being here. I love you. I'm grateful for you. And God put you here in this chat for a reason. That's the way I believe it. You're here for a reason. Even if it's meant to try to disrupt the class a little bit, I ain't mad at you. Got nothing but love for you. All right, let's see. You said how much in kilometers. Let's see. I don't know. I don't know how to convert that. We're at two miles. I don't know how to do that conversion. I think it's more, right? Kilometers are more than miles. Anyway, appreciate you. Let's see. Leave that comment, man. They always hate. Yeah, there are always some haters. It's okay. It's cool, man. Look, I get it. And I see it a lot on YouTube, right? They just come in to disrupt the class. That's all it is. They're just trying to disrupt the class. It's all good. Doesn't bother me. I let it bounce off. It did in the beginning. When I first started, I was like, what are these comments? What are these people talking about? And then, like, God spoke to me. The Holy Spirit spoke to me. And it was like, no, Trevor, I put those people in front of you for a reason. Serve them, help them. Like, these people are hurting. So whenever I see, a comment come in that's kind of crazy like that, I just remember hurt people, right? So there's someone on the other end of that screen. They're a human being, and they're trying to disrupt the class because they want attention. I know what it's like. I've been there. I've been that person when I was in school as a child. Like, I remember doing that, and that's all it is. So I don't take offense to it. I used to in the very beginning. I would be like, oh my gosh, how dare you? And now I'm like, it doesn't bother me. What it does is it ignites me actually to say, hey, you know what? There's someone here that needs my help. There's someone here that actually is going through something. There's someone here that who knows what is happening behind the scenes in their life, right? So those are the people I feel need the help the most. And so I want to offer to Freemason today, 469. I want to offer to you. Come connect with me offline, and I'd love to help. Let's see. Just a little advice I want is how I do work. I keep procrastinating my things, and still I'm doing it. Okay. Procrastination. Procrastination is typically, it comes from one of two things. It comes from the overwhelm. Okay, you either have so much on your plate that the mountain in front of you looks so big, you don't know how to accomplish it. Like, it's so big. You have so much on your plate, right? And so what I tell people to do is to break it down, break that big goal, whatever it is, break it down into small steps that are actually accomplishable. You can take one little step at a time. Okay, so don't look at the big picture. Break it down into small bite-sized pieces that you can actually accomplish. Because otherwise, when you look at the mountain, you look at this huge goal, this big thing, you're like, I don't even know where to start. And so you procrastinate. Okay? And also remember, procrastination is like avoiding the important work. Typically, the life that you want is hiding inside of the work you're avoiding, right? Think about that for a second. The life that you want and you're dreaming about, okay? Your vision, your goals, the life that you want is hiding inside of the work you're avoiding, okay? So take that big project, whatever it is, break it down into bite-sized pieces, and just do one little thing at a time. One step at a time, one day at a time. And just keep going. And eventually you'll get there. You'll accomplish the goal. And, you'll have the success that's on the other side. So hopefully that helps you. That's something that I do. There's something else. I can't remember exactly. I think it's called like the 7-minute rule or something like that. Don't quote me on the time. I think it's called like the 7-minute rule, where you tell yourself, I'm just going to do it for 7 minutes. I think it's 7 minutes. Don't quote me on the time, but it's like a short amount of time where you say, I'm just going to do it for this amount of time. I'm just going to do it for 10 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever. And once you get started, like the hardest part is getting started. It's kind of like going to the gym. Like, for a lot of people, just getting to the gym is the hard part. So just convince yourself, like, I'm just going to go and I'm just going to do 5 minutes on the treadmill. I'm just going to do 10 minutes. What happens is once you get there and you start, like, you tend to do a lot more than that. But just convince yourself to just get started, basically, is kind of the premise behind that. Like, I just need to get to the gym. If I get to the gym, the rest is going to handle itself. All right. All right. So another comment. This semester exams, as well as I have filled improvements of last year's exam, will start on December 10th till December 24th, nonstop. How do I start, man? I will pass all, but I want good marks. Also, how to avoid masturbation. Oh, man. So I just want to say I appreciate your vulnerability and you putting that out there. I think that's something that every man struggles with, right? Let's just be real. It's important. And I just appreciate your vulnerability in putting that in the chat. And I'm also studying for an exam, so I'm right there with you. Do you know that? I'm right there with you. I've actually failed it twice already. I have failed it twice. So all I want to tell you is just keep going. And I think the reason why the other issue is coming into place is because it's like fulfilling a dopamine hit. Like when you're studying and you're kind of like in this funk of studying, it may be just like you're looking for a dopamine hit. So maybe find another way to do that that's healthier. Go for a run, do something to like get yourself that dopamine hit in a positive way. One that can keep you focused, you know? So hopefully that helps. But yeah, I know what it's like. Again, I've been studying for probably the last 5 months, and I failed my exam twice now, and I have to do it a third time. I only missed it by 1 point, like literally 1 point. And I wouldn't even worry so much about getting a good grade. This is my personal opinion. Other people may think differently. All I want to do is pass it. I don't care about the grade. I don't care if I get an A or a B or whatever. I just want to pass. Okay? Check the box. Get it done. Some people are like, oh no, I need to have this perfect GPA or whatever. I'm not subscribing to that. Not when we have AI. AI has all the knowledge and it's coming for your lunch. So if you can just pass, get what you need to move forward in life, get what you need to be successful. If it's a degree or if it's designations or if it's licenses, whatever it is that you need, get that stuff. But don't, in my opinion, you don't have to strive to get, perfect grades. Just do enough to pass. All right? Use AI if you need to help you. All right? All right, so Louisa says you can maybe use AI to help you organize your thoughts. Just be sure you leave out any proprietary company info. Good point. That's a very good point. We got self-confidence G5 in the house. Good morning, good morning. Good to see you. Best motivation for a Monday. Hell yeah, let's go. Thank you so much. I'm from McKinney, Texas, in Dallas, Texas. Where are you from? Yes, Louisa says, last comment was for the project question. Yes. No, you're absolutely right. I love that. Yeah, you want to make sure when you're using AI that you don't put any, like you said, proprietary company data in there. You don't want to put any like client information or client data or any of that kind of stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? Anything that could be like privacy, you don't want data getting leaked or any of that kind of stuff. So just be careful, guys, how you use AI. Thanks, man. I'll try the 7-minute rule. Yeah, look it up too. I don't know if it's the 7-minute rule. Hold on. I'll tell you. I will tell you exactly. Just give me a second here. Hey, chat, what is the rule? It's a certain amount of time that, like, when you're trying to stop procrastinating, that says that if you just get started for X amount of time, that it helps kind of trick your brain into just getting started. And once you get started, you just keep going, right? Like, I'm just going to start for 7 minutes, and after I'm done, like, I will have done the work for an hour or whatever, but you just got to get started. Basically, you trick your mind. What is that rule? Is it 7 minutes? Is it 10 minutes? Is it 15 minutes? What is it? All right, so I'm about to tell you exactly what it is here, okay? I can't remember the exact number. Okay. What you're thinking about is most commonly called the 5-minute rule. Okay, so it's even less. Some people use 2 minutes, some use 7. Okay, so I guess I was right. It says some use 10 and 15. Okay, so I guess there is no rule here. It's just basically, it says the exact number is not the magic. The starting is the magic, right? Here's the simple idea. You can tell your brain, I'm only committing to 5 minutes, right? Not an hour, not the whole project, just 5 minutes. Just get started, right? And then what happens is you just naturally keep going, right? Once your mind gets started and you get activated, you go into like momentum mode, okay? So hopefully that helps. Try I guess there's not an official name for it. Here, let me ask you again. Is there an official name for this method? I'd like to give you guys that if there's an official name for this so you can just learn more about it. There are a few official recognized names for this idea. The most common is the 5-minute rule. Okay, so the 5-minute rule, go check it out. Not the 7-minute rule. Try the 5-minute rule. We got Columbia in the house, but you live in Miami representing. Good to see you. Thank you. We got India in the house. Good morning. Sanania, I can't pronounce your username there, but I appreciate that. All right, guys. As we land this plane, all right, make sure you guys go ahead, hit that like button, and subscribe to the channel. Okay, I would love for you to subscribe to the Who You Know Show podcast. The Who You Know Show podcast, let me tell you what that's all about, because it's different from this show. It's a lot different, okay? It's a different format. What I do is I interview some of today's top thought leaders, experts. We're talking about CEOs, business owners, entrepreneurs, best-selling authors. We've got celebrities and professional athletes. I'm basically looking to extract their blueprint to success in wealth, health, business, career, relationships, and faith, the circle of life. I'm looking to find out how they reach such high levels of success, what mistakes to avoid, what they would have done differently, how they would have got there quicker, all those things. And I want to extract this blueprint because success leaves clues, and I want to give that to you guys on every episode. And it also helps me to grow, right? I learn from them as well. So that's the goal of the podcast. It's called the Who You Know Show. Check it out. Make sure you go ahead and like this video and subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Check out a couple of videos. See what you like. All right. Hopefully there's something there for you. Make sure you are supporting the channel. We'd appreciate that. And in closing, as I land this plane, all right, I want you to know that your career matters, your growth matters, your dreams matter. But they matter most, guys, when they're built on the right foundation, okay? If you're just chasing outcomes, but still feel empty inside, right? If you're climbing higher, but feeling farther from peace, like I've truly been there myself, I know what it's like. This is your reminder today, okay? You were never created to do life alone. Never created for that. You were designed to draw fulfillment from God first, okay? That's what is supposed to fulfill your needs. God designed you to be dependent on him, okay? So bring your ambition to him, bring your questions to him, bring your calling to him, and let him fill what your career never could, all right? And watch how everything else begins to align, all right? Guys, I appreciate you so stinking much for being here today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. That's the show. It's all about who you know. Let's rock, let's roll, let's go. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.